So I'm Abhay Bakre. I'm Mission Director of National Green Hydrogen Mission. We are part of Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, and our mandate is to develop the renewable energy sources for the country in the power sector, that is solar and wind energy, hydro energy, small hydro energy, and for the green hydrogen sector, which is the fuel for the future. So this will actually lead to the low carbon economy for the country. So regulatory side, because these are all new fuels like solar and wind, we have gone through all policy measures. So solar and wind, you can see the renewable is scaling up very fast. In this line, the biofuels and green hydrogen, they will require a lot of policy measures, support. Initially their cost is very high, so we need some incentives. And then to have the downstream side, we need different sectors and to adopt or consume these new fuels like biofuel. Let's say you have seen the ethanol blending for the transport sector, 20% is our target. Similarly, green hydrogen buses, trucks, you have heard. So all these new sectors will require new technologies. Then when they will be used by the consumers. We need good regulations, standards, and more and more adoption is there. It will be supported through regulatory and the policy support.
My name is Mitra. I'm basically a chemical engineer and a post-graduation on the polymer science. I worked with Indian Oil for 36 years. I superannuated in 2016, and then subsequently I worked in Reliance for 3 years. Now 2019 onwards I am on my own. So I am an independent consultant and advisor on a project specific basis, and I am on the platform of most of the management consultants like ENY, BCG, Deloitte and PwC. So depending on the requirement of the companies, and also I'm associated with some other couple of companies, international also, advising them on the textile segment in India. See, I'm basically an independent consultant. Now, if you're talking with carbon capture and low carbon emissions level, because that's a vast subject, and overall, if you look at, that people were talking about CO2 sequestration and all those things, it's very difficult per se. But nowadays, there has been a sort of a dictum from the government that industries who are working on the polymers or even in the crude oil, they have to look into a circular economy. Now, when you are talking about a circular economy, which means that the oil which is getting produced, ultimately whatever the wastages are there, that will be again flowing back to the oil, a part of that one. So for that one, there are multiple technologies which need to be seen into. This is the area which are sort of an unexplored area, but there are options, there are strategies how you can achieve the circular economy, and which is ultimately resulting in carbon capture.
I am Tejas Shah, and I am Director Business Development for Johnson Matthey, and I look after the process technologies largely in India. Johnson Matthey I've been associated with pretty recently. Earlier I've been working with Kellogg Brown and Root, and I worked there for 10 years, taking care of the olefins and the petrochemicals licensing business based in Dubai. And earlier to that, I was also associated with Larsen & Toubro for 18 years, and I had equipment fabrication background. I looked after the Beijing as well as the Dubai offices of L&T, and prior to that, I was with them in India, in Mumbai. So it's been overall 30 years of experience that I have all throughout in the energy sector, and really wanting to contribute into the green energies and sustainable future for India going forward. So the challenge that I see right now is the transition which is happening from a conventional process to green, and what comes with it is how do we reduce the cost and be something which is near to the cost that we see on the fossils based. The clients, obviously, if I am filling in the petrol or gasoline at a gas station, if something which is green, I'm not going to be paying, I'll not be encouraged to pay extra. So it has to match at some point in time the cost based on the fossil generation, and that's something the technology has to come up to that mark, which it is slowly happening, but then it's going to be some time before we go and reach there. That's the primary, I would say, challenge for the technology to come.